So we have got to talk some more about Bumble, these dating apps, and how women are responding. Obviously, these companies are feeling women pulling back. They are feeling the absence of women and they are failing and flailing, and I am here for it. So let's talk a little bit about it, how it's impacting their bottom line, and what women are saying. So, this is one of the billboards that Bumble put out. A vow of celibacy is not the answer. So they are basically kind of admitting that these apps are the Uber of hookups. And we all knew this anyway. And it is becoming a sausage fest because women were already opting out. But now with the 4B movement and women talking more about this on social media, I think more women are pulling out. And these ads did not help them at all. So I was clicking around Twitter and I found another ad. Thou shalt not give up on dating and become a nun. Now, this is all right in alignment because some people thought that the other billboard was a fake, but they have a marketing strategy and they're telling women not to give up. So yesterday I went to Bumble's IG page because I was looking to see if they had their billboards up. Now the one that said a vow of celibacy, that one was pulled, but this one was put up there, and this one says, "Frankly, no one knows how to respond to fire. Like you are so hot, I don't even know how to respond to you." And for some people, that could be taken in a few different ways. But I want to talk about this in some of the comments under this post because some other people had seen the vow of celibacy billboard. They came to Bumble for the exact same reason that I had. And Olivia says a vow of celibacy is the answer. Laura says she learned this the hard way. I want you to look at some of the profile pictures of the women saying this so you can see that this is happening across race, across culture, across country of origin. Um, this person, P. Nina, says, don't be shy. Show the misogynistic billboards too. Georgina says, is the 4B movement hurting your profits? Poor baby. Luna Lua says, what happened to the vow of celibacy is not the answer billboard? Did you change your mind? How is this app founded by a woman? And Safina says, and one who is a women's advocate. So yes, people are looking for it. Okay, so this person said about Bumble's vow of celibacy billboards. Let's shame women about their attempts to preserve an ounce of bodily autonomy in an ever more dismal, oppressive, and violent social landscape, but make it sassy. Exactly. I'm so glad that so many women are saying these things. Now I want to talk about this article, and I'm so thankful that someone sent me this into my email because it goes perfectly with what I wanted to talk about today. It says, women aren't tired of making the first move. They're tired of dating apps. And this is by Jess Bacon and it was put out about 5 days ago. Feeling fatigued by dating apps? You're not the only one. Writer Jess Bacon explores whether we've fallen out of love with swiping right. If you're feeling disheartened by dating apps in 2024, you're not the only one. There's been a steady decline in downloads since their peak in the pandemic, encouraging a multi-billion-dollar industry, including favorites such as Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge, to overhaul its apps to make people fall in love with using them again. Hinge and Tinder have already introduced new safety features, and now Bumble has started its reinvention too. The female driven dating app announced a $1.9 million net loss in 2023, leading the company to lay off 50% of its staff. CEO Lindy Ann Jones explained to the employees in an email that the company needed to be leaner, more agile, and more efficient so it can accelerate how quickly we innovate. They probably should also listen to what women are saying because those billboards help them lose a lot more people and have people block Bumble. As part of this new era, Bumble is introducing new features, including a place to put your dating intentions and allowing men to start the conversation with its opening moves feature. The platform will also allow women to choose from a list of questions or write their own, such as their favorite movie or their dream celebrity dinner date, which men can respond to in a change from its original USP. In a heterosexual exchange after the couple have matched, the pre-prepared opening question will be sent to the man and he can respond to it. Founded by Whitney Wolfe Herd in 2014, Bumble has been one of the go-to dating apps for Gen Z and millennial women due to the unique premise that women get to message their match first. If they don't, there's no conversation. It was an empowering move to help women control the dialogue with strangers online and, most importantly, keep them safe, which was inspired by Wolf Herd's own experience. At the time, she explained, I have experienced firsthand how unequal relationships negatively impact all areas of life. I wanted to change this. Since the drop in revenue, there have been comments that women are worn out making the first move on the app, with the Times reporting that 70% of women had experienced dating app burnout. Sure, it might be taxing typing out a unique opener to every new match, but when in doubt, women could fire out a string of, hey, how are you messages if they wanted to. Instead, it seems women aren't so much tired of taking the lead, but rather exhausted by dating apps themselves. Kaylee Watson, 31, is one of these women. I'm exhausted by the process of dating apps. It's very impersonal, but also very admin based. Swiping, matching. If you message, will they reply? Will you be able to build a consistent rapport? Can you schedule a date? I find it hard enough to keep up with messages from friends and family. Bumble was the dating app she had the least luck with in the past. Watson added, I've gone through phases of cutting them off for periods of a month up to 6 months. Normally, if I've had a frustrating experience or I'm just finding the app experience lifeless. Erin Wilson, 24, also gave up on the dating apps after a similar experience, which led her to quit them altogether 2 years ago and never look back. She explains, I wanted to cut dating apps out to get out of the cycle of downloading them, you get your hopes up, having an adult conversation or none at all, and then getting fed up and deleting them about 2 weeks later. I wanted a period in my life when I wasn't thinking about dating or romance, partly because it was exhausting, and partly because I had a not so nice ex. Back in my Bumble days, it was one of my favorite apps to use. Simple, effective, and with the option to subscribe to get extra swipes in. I found a good portion of my dates there, even a long-term relationship. My current relationship was found on Hinge via the prompt feature that Bumble is about to roll out. But the journey that led to my current relationship was an amalgamation of all the common dating disappointments that women share. I'd fall into the cycle of getting my hopes up, investing time in conversation, feeling disappointed by the lack of reciprocal effort, and deleting the apps for a few weeks. After all, as much as we have a collective feel of dating, being exhausted by the string of non starter matches or being thrilled when we finally meet someone we gel with, our experience of the apps is also very subjective. Like me, Wilson enjoyed some success on Bumble in the past. When I was using Bumble, I absolutely didn't mind sending a first message. I tended to favor the app because I liked that feature. Meanwhile, Allison, 30, admits it was never her app of choice. I've always swerved Bumble because I have no interest in making men's lives any easier than they already seem to be in the dating sphere. However, the news that men can now reach out via the new opening moves feature has made her more inclined to use Bumble if she were to go back to the apps. Women experience this dating fatigue for different reasons. It's frustrating that 1 in 3 potential matches never make it out of the chat stage and into an in person date. And it's hard to know when to invest in one person when there's always the potential to find someone better suited for you out there. Now, this is where I'm going to end this article, but the ladies are talking in the comment section. So the part 2 of this will be some of the comments that have been both on my TikTok page and my YouTube page. So jump in here, let me know what you think about this article and what Bumble is doing, and I'm going to tell you what some of the ladies are saying on my pages.
I just want y'all to just give in, man, because I just see so many frustrated niggas out here. I don't want them to start punching y'all, man. A frustrated man will punch you. And I don't want that for y'all. Let's get back to, you know what I'm saying? Not even get back to, let's just enhance the in-house cooking that is y'all treat sometimes.
All games are dependent on players. If there's nobody to play the game, then there's no game to be played. And a lot of the men who were out here playing games relied very much on women to play those games with them. And many women did not realize that they were part of a game in the first place. But now that a lot of women have figured it out, these same women have decided to opt out of the game. Which leads me to another fun fact about games. With games, every player has the right to opt out at any moment. You can never force someone to play, because if someone is being forced to play, it's not a game anymore. So anyway, men have been playing a game all this time and women have not been playing a game, because for us, we were forced to play. But now that we're not and we are able to opt out, now it's a game. Now it's a game. So there are ladies who are deciding that they don't want to play, and then there are ladies who are still playing. But the illusion that it wasn't a game and that we never had a choice in the first place, it's gone. So this man's attempt and a lot of men's attempts are going to sound ridiculous, because what they're doing is trying to coerce women into playing a game with them. A game where most women are already the losers before we even start. Think about it. What sport, video game, board game, or any kind of game relies on threatening people in order to make them join? The Hunger Games? It's very dystopic. Either way, good job, ladies. Keep it up. And if you decide that you want to play, good for you. And if you decide that you want to opt out, good for you as well. Just always remember that it is a game. Always.
I wanted to talk about some of the comments under this Bumble billboard. The Sparkle King says, the one thing women offer, and now you're proud, you're officially useless. So he is a little peeved, and it's funny to me. So the Sparkle King comment came under Desiree's, who said, I'm so proud of women. And the Sparkle King says, yeah, half the population refuses to do anything. Everything will suffer from your decisions. Now, if I recall, just like 3 weeks ago, they were complaining about body counts over one. If you have more than one body count, then you're a 304. I'm pretty sure I've heard that on social media. And right here, he's basically saying that Nookie is the only thing that women offer. He's like, the one thing women offer, and you're proud. Now you're officially useless. Keep in mind, that's the Sparkle King. And I just want to show y'all the Sparkle King just for shits and giggles. Is this your king? Is this your king? He needs to stop playing with me. He needs to stop playing with me, living outside in like a charter bus or an RV or something. But this is the Sparkle King. All right, let's get back to some of the comments from the ladies. Melitza says, toys, not boys. I'm Lebanese, but I had to drop that rhyme. Anyways, you go, girls. So many women were saying, get off these apps, block Bumble. A lot of people were saying the same thing. Vanna says, ladies, get off dating apps now. This person, ZPQ, says, Bumble knows its biggest competition is a happy single person. Rosie said, the nerve. I knew Bumble was the ops when they had the nerve to ask to pay to give more compliments to men. And then a sick emoji face. Jinx said, no, for real. It's bad enough you got to pay to see likes, but you want me to pay to send compliments too? Nah, we good. Bumble just sounds like a really weird premise to me. Lilith says, history is being made. I'm glad I'm on this side. Chanty says, I was going to try Bumble, but I didn't follow through because they expected $70 a month for me to talk to men. Like, absolutely not. I didn't know it was that expensive to be on that app. 4B ladies, Aaron says, man, they're struggling. Dr. Bumney says that's because their goal is to keep you on the app, not get you quality matches. Indigenous says, I bet Grindr is pumping, with all these laugh emojis. So many women were mentioning 4B in my comment section. Maya said, I came into 2024 celibate and still going. I've been called a bop and a 304 countless times this year. So regardless, they're going to call you a 304. Okay, so this person says, Bumble is so gross for this. And Bass Slapper says, I haven't touched a woman in 6 years. I'm good. Y'all are literally vipers. And Mangy Angie says, have you tried smiling more? These dudes are about to get really, really angry. So y'all got to watch your back on that part. Now for a few comments from my YouTube page. Brandy, 4B is the absolute best thing a woman can do for her life, financial security, and health. Puffball said, the reality is this, even if you're not 4B, you ain't finding a good man on a damn app. You have to level up your own life and put yourself in proximity to where stable, strong, successful men are. That means getting educated and getting your bag and stop giving these apps your money. Casey says, so they think that telling women, you silly girls, you don't know what you want, is a good marketing strategy. LOL. We need to do better says, wow, desperate much? A whole billboard. How about getting these men some psychological help and encouraging them to do something to make themselves better instead of telling women we don't have the answer? I think this is proof that we do indeed have the answer. Butterfly Bree said, I didn't realize so many women were tapping out of the dating apps too. I absolutely love that so many women are reclaiming our time and closing the cookie jar. Hashtag not my goodies. And the crazy thing is, I've seen so many women talk about these billboards, and in their comment section as well, they're talking so much about 4B. Island Girl says, LOL, is that billboard supposed to convince us they're grasping at straws? Daniela says, I find it disgusting that Bumble would make such a thing, especially considering the increase in STDs. What lies beneath the weave? That's a funny name. This billboard proves they know their apps merely exist for casual hookups and not for serious dating. Most women prefer serious long term partners. Okay, this is the last screenshot, but FDM says, "Oh my God, what do these apps charge that they are making nearly 1 billion in a quarter?" It also shows that they expect you to be in the app forever because most people aren't finding relationships through these apps. Amber in the Mist says, dating apps ruin dating. They have contributed to the current problem with men being entitled to women. No one should find a man on an app, even if you want marriage and kids. It's not just 4B women avoiding apps. Exactly. Lots of women are opting out, and these companies, just like the government, just like lawmakers, they're not listening to women. Men are not listening to women. So women are like, I bet I'm just going to work on my skin routine. I'm just going to work out. I'm just going to have brunch with my friends. Y'all not listening anyway, and it's pointless to keep talking. So women are talking amongst each other. Anyways, jump in the comments. Let me know what you think about this. Don't forget to like, comment, share. And if you made it this far and you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and hit the follow button.